G'day, this is Simon from the Bracketeer. A great morning here at Southeast Cars and Coffee. Excellent turnout, a lot of cars. We had to shut everything off at about 9:05. We were full. Some really interesting stuff, some great exotics. There's a great power wagon we're going to go and check out in a minute. Hopefully it won't leave before we get the chance to go. But hey, let's go for a walk and check it all out. So I mentioned that Cher's one of our sponsors. These guys, think of them like Airbnb for cars. So if you've got an exotic car and you want multiple exotic cars, you can basically let other people rent your car, share your car between other exotic owners. So you get the chance of having more than one of these cars because it's paying for itself. There is a QR code. You might even be able to scan that on the video. But check these guys out, Cher. There's a link on our website. Click on it, see what they do. Really interesting way of getting hold of more than just one exotic or European car, luxury car, whatever it may be. Check it out. You know, you can walk your way through this show and you see some nice looking exotics and some modified stuff, and every now and then something stands out and you have to take a second look. And you figure out that this is not your average Lamborghini. There's a little telltale signs down under the front. It's like an oil cooler under there, but bigger telltale signs are this thing is running beadlocks on the front and on the back. And for those of you who don't understand the concept of beadlocks, they actually lock onto the bead, they clamp onto the bead of the tyre so that the tyres don't spin on the rims, so you can run lower pressure on the tyres for better traction, better footprint. Slicks on the back of this thing. This is a pretty serious piece of equipment right here. Very, very impressive. Very cool, look at that. I'm not 100% sure, but James had mentioned there was something here that was over 2,000 horsepower Lambo. I'm guessing this is it, given those tyres and what I'm seeing in the front of this thing. So, isn't that great to see? Can't imagine what that thing must be like to ride in. Big welcome to the SoCal Woody Club here today. They've brought along a great variety of different woodies through here. Check them all out. This one's beautiful, isn't it? 1938 Plymouth. What a beautiful colour as well. Such great body styles. There's a Ford, another Ford there, Mercury, another Ford there. Look at this one. This one's actually been lowered. One of the original woodies. Check that out. Very, very early there. Oh, there, great colour here. Ford as well. And then Mercury there. Let's just duck down the back because I know there's some more through this side as well. Down here we've got a Morris Minor, I guess that is. Woody, tiny little thing compared to the rest. Mercury, and then finally this massive big Packard here. Oh no, one more down in here, hidden behind it, another little Morris Minor 1000. So big thank you to the SoCal Woody Club. Keep in mind, if you've got a club and you want to bring it to Southeast Cars and Coffee, reach out to us, DM us through either Instagram, Facebook, or send us an email via our website. You can come in a little bit early, we'll get you all staged and get your club together so you can enjoy the time together. So thank you to these guys for bringing these out. Pacific Air Corp brought a couple of beautiful buses again today. This one here, 62, 11 window in mango green. It looks gorgeous. Look at the mango green wheels. Great looking interior. Love it. This one next to it, beautiful too. Keep in mind, these guys can bring in these buses or Volkswagen Beetles from places like Brazil. You tell them whether you want it restored like this is or whether you want to do it yourself, and they'll find it for you. They'll even get it registered here in California. So very cool. If you've watched our previous videos, you'll know every time I get near one of these classic Land Cruisers, I drool. This one belongs to Gary, and it's probably one of my favorite builds that we've ever had here because it's done so well. Gary had that beautiful BMW we showed a few weeks ago, running that new M running gear. This thing is just the same. This thing has, I believe it's on the chassis of an 80 series Land Cruiser, so a more modern Land Cruiser with Lexus, even more modern running gear in it, so a Lexus V8 I believe. Huge wheels on this thing, just so well done, as with everything that Gary does. Big fan. I told him he needs to leave me this in his will, but he told me I'd be fighting his daughter over it. She obviously has great taste, so great job as always. Team Road to Safety, one of our newest sponsors. These guys have got some pretty great cars. Imagine your kids learning to drive in a Tesla, new Mustang, or how's this, one of the brand new Broncos. When our kids, James and Sophie, learned to drive, they both learned in Mustangs, which they thought was pretty darn cool. But this is great as well. Give these guys a call. They know what they're doing. Andrew, the founder of the company, is a first responder, so he knows how important it is to get kids to learn how to drive properly. Well, I can't speak highly enough about what they do. They also do defensive driving courses as well. So if you are an experienced driver and you even want to get your skill set up, or perhaps your kids have been driving for a length of time and you want them to just be a little bit more savvy on the sort of things they need to know to get out of situations, give these guys a call. Hey, this is nice, isn't it? For sale, it's a 59, I think. Let's go and check it out. It'll be easy to tell. Yep, look at the size of those fins in the back. Telltale sign about a 59 is this. One of the most classic rear ends of any Chevy. Look at those teardrop tail lights. They only had them for 1 year because they polarized people along with those massive wings, but you know what? For me, that's what makes this thing a classic. Just like a 57 in that sort of Tri-5 era with those big wings. This thing with those teardrop tail lights and those massive wings there, that's what makes this thing cool. Great looking car, look at the red interior in it. They sure don't make cars like this anymore. I'm sure this person won't have any problem selling it. This thing is a showstopper. Look at this. Beautiful little BMW Microcast. So small. Two guys piled out of the front of it. These are such great little cars. Worth really big money these days as well. If you watch shows like Chasing Classic Cars where they restore them, or any of the shows where they actually work on these things, parts are getting harder to come by. But they're worth doing up, they're worth spending money on because they're just holding their value and increasing in value. So what a gorgeous little tiny micro car. This beautiful 69 Z28 belongs to Mike. Mike works for Classic Industries, one of our sponsors of the show. If you are semi-retired or retired, looking for a maybe part-time or full-time job, Classic Industries are looking for guys to actually man their telephones, their hotlines, to answer questions for people. So, you know, hey, you're looking for a cool job, want to talk about classic cars and muscle cars, got a bit of time to kill, get onto our website, click on the link for the Classic Industries, either on their contact page or on the sponsorship page, that is, or even on the ad that we've got there. Give these guys a call. Great way to make some extra money and to talk about the thing you love. Now, this is cool. This is sitting over the back section of the lot. Saw this come in earlier and I didn't realise it would end up all the way over here. This is one of those things, I think the license plate says it all, 1 and 200. This is a Renault and it's actually a mid-engine car. Serious little contender for rallies back in the day, but what a great car this is. Great to see these things here. This is, you know, a few weeks ago we had Tom Shaughnessy's RS200 here. That era of cars when basically no expense was spared to build very competitive little rally cars. Such a great thing to see. Great condition too. Really nice little car. Do one of you guys own this? It's yours? amongst the motorcycles, I want to do a big shout out to Tom, our volunteer who takes care of all the motorcycles for us each week. You guys, if you've come in here on bikes, you've probably seen him. Tom was actually knocked off his motorcycle yesterday. A driver pulled out in front of him as he was going along El Camino Real, and he hit the front wheel and basically Superman over the top of it, and he's in hospital today having surgery up at Mission Hospital. So Tom, thank you for all you do. Please get better soon, mate. Speedy recovery. We miss you. We miss your smiling face amongst the motorcycles. So, mate, get well really, really quickly. This thing is super cool. It's a 1970 Harley Davidson Baja. It's got this price tag hanging on here, $500, which would have been the original price of this thing. Such a great looking old motorcycle. One of the interesting things you notice on the back, see how it's got a sprocket or a gear on the back that's actually bolted over the top of the other gear. The one that's on at the moment, that would be a hill climbing gear. So you can obviously do more serious hill climbing, and then you can actually take it off and obviously a shorter chain, and then run that smaller gearing on there if you want it for extra top end. But not the way we picture Harley Davidson these days, is it? The size of the exhaust pipe on it. What a great thing to see. So that's it for another week at South OC Cars and Coffee. Crowds are slightly thinning out, as you can see behind me. What a great day it was today. How great was that little Renault of Alex's, that car of the week. Make sure to check that thing out in our Car of the Week video. Hey, don't forget to subscribe by clicking the button below. Big thank you to the outlets of San Clemente for allowing us to be here, and of course Ribby's and Rockwell's to bring out the coffee and the donuts. To our volunteers, could not do this show without you, so thank you to you. And all of our sponsors as well. Let's make sure I don't forget any. We got Maguire's, we've got Polestar, we've got Next Level Detailing, we got the guys from Share, we've got Teen Road to Safety, we've got Pacific Air Cooled, and of course we've also got the guys from Classic Industries as well. All sponsors. If you want to sponsor our show, don't forget you can jump onto our website and have a look at all the packages there. Hey, have a great week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here next week for another South OC Cars and Coffee.